the dark ages. We did everything manually. We were writing about 100,000 tickets a year. And then we got introduced to the 21st century with Passport. And we went with their enforcement system to begin with. And the greatest benefit we saw of that right off the bat is we didn't have to enter those tickets anymore.
So I think for us, this switch to Passport was actually revolutionary because we had like very outdated legacy in technology before. And like for us to move to Passport really enabled us to invest more into our curb management strategy and for the future, like improve how we're doing that and bringing parking happiness to our customer.
Well, we liked that we could have a white label, which meant that we could customize certain functions within the app that meet the needs of our city. We especially also like the fact that it has a wallet feature, so it allows our users to be able to utilize the app whether or not they have a credit card, and so they could just load the wallet with cash because we want to be mindful of both the unbanked and the banked community.
Well, always looking at ways to make enforcement a little bit more efficient, but that's leveraging technologies in order for us to have more control, as well as being able to handle our parking system in a better way, and enforcement's probably at least 50% of that.
We were looking for modern tools and a forward-looking company that matches the tech-forward approach that Raleigh has. We're a huge tech city, and we expect our partners and our products to match that.
We've been talking about it for years, but when's the future? Well, the future's now, and I think if we start to understand that and really start using the data that we get for our curb management could be such a better tool, not only just for us as industry leaders in this, but for all the auxiliary departments that we have in industries, right? It really can help us tell stories that help those companies actually benefit from those stories. So it's really just the gateway to everything else. We just haven't used it that way. And I think that's where it's going to go.
We often will look at the various dashboards that are available to us to determine month over month, year over year, how we're performing, what the adoption rate is, because we want to be able to get as much demographic information about our users as we can so that it would drive our decision making for our go forward strategy.
The demands at the curb constantly change, new pressures with streeteries and bike lanes and scooters and pedestrian and vision zero safety. All of these things put pressure on that curb. And if you don't understand how the curb is being utilized, and again, we're very data rich in parking, if we don't understand how it's utilized, how do we swap out some of those uses? How do we understand the impacts? Parking is kind of like water in a balloon. If you squeeze it, it stays. It just goes somewhere else. So we're trying to do our best to be predictive about if we make modifications on one block, how does that affect the rest of our blocks in Raleigh?
No new innovation has come by like doing the same thing all over, right? So we need to be willing to like stretch ourselves a little bit, embrace failure to find the solutions that are best for our partners.
Passport comes to the table when it's a collaborative partnership. It's like we might have an idea or you might have an idea where we think about it together, but you take it as like, I could maybe take this at other cities and do it and so I can make my other clients better. So for you, it's like we're sitting down together as, partners.
And everybody in the Passport team that we've had contact with has been good. We haven't had a bad experience yet.